7th verse say amen. Amen. The King James Version says, and she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in their field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. Amen. A word from God for the people of God. Amen. Amen. And I want to this morning use as a topic, if I will, Santa ain't got nothing on that. Santa ain't got nothing on that. It somewhat becomes a struggle when you try to find something new to say about a story that everyone in here has heard over and over each year.
Amen, amen, amen.
And in the midst of that struggle, the Lord reminds me that in it, you find some of the fundamental truths with which we anchor our faith in God. And that is that Christmas is not about complicity, but rather simplicity. It's not necessarily about something being profound as much as it is about something being made plain.
Yes, sir.
It's not about the depth of the theology, but rather the simplicity of what God does in our everyday life.
Amen.
In the birth of baby Jesus, we have an infinite mystery God whose ways are higher than our ways, who we cannot fully understand, but yet he decides to make himself known in the simplest way possible. A baby in a manger. And that if you can embrace the simplicity of a baby in the atmosphere like a manger, then you really understand what God wants to do and what God is saying about who he is and how we relate to him. And that is that Christmas is not about trying to make his message complicated and deep, but rather to remind you some of those fundamental truths about the God that we all serve. Anyone who engage and connect to the life of a child, and those of us who can remember our own childhood, can probably give an early amen that when I suggest to you that for a child there is no greater season of the year than the season of Christmas. As a matter of fact, if you can recall your own childhood memories, I'd probably suggest to you that you look forward to Christmas almost, if not more, than your own birthday. Come on and talk back to me every day. That may be that Christmas carol might be right, that it is the most wonderful time of the year. Fond memories of decorating, going up in a house, memories of festivities and families and friend gatherings, the joy of being raised in the church and being forced to being in the Christmas pageant every year. That really is no greater joy for a child than to anticipate being excited about the gifts that are going to be under the Christmas tree. Now, as you get older in life and become a parent or a grandparent, an uncle or aunt, you quickly realize that there is another side to Christmas. Not just the joy of childhood, but the frustration of parents who have to provide.
That's right.
Literally, now that I have children, Christmas not only can be joyful, but it can always also be frustrating. I wish I could get some witnesses in here. Because every parent here in Mary Bethel knows that every year there is one hot Christmas gift that every child has on their list. There is that one gotta have that every boy and every girl tells their mom and dad they want for Christmas. I don't know, but it's like that in my house. I don't know, Mary Bethel. I believe that children form a union to lay pressure on their parents to say to you, this is the gift that I want to have because all of my friends are going to have this gift. And if we can afford it and if they deserve it, we want to give it to our kids, that one hot gift that they all want. And there's always that one rule that applies for Christmas about that one hot gift, and it is very simple. Supply is always less than demand. That the one hot gift that is going to fly off the shelves, and if you wait and tear it too long, you won't be able to get it online. I want to talk to you this morning, very slow this morning. You will find yourself moving from Walmart to Target to Toys R Us, trying to get that one hot gift that everybody wants. And the demand for that gift can cause both a frenzy and a fight. If you don't get it early, it will get ugly. For I am reminded of when I was a child and the Nintendo Pac-Man. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. The Nintendo Pac-Man came out, and I wanted it like everybody else. And I plainly told Santa Claus, Amos, and Beatrice Street that I wanted a Super Nintendo. I wanted it to be my gift for Christmas. And then I did everything that I could thought of that I could do. I did everything good. I did good in school. I did my chores around the house. I cleaned up my room. I was on my best behavior in school, at home, and in church. And December 25th came around. And let me tell you about Amos and Beatrice Street. I began to open my presents under the Christmas tree. And I get the gift that I always get every year. Some socks and t-shirts. I wish I had somebody that can relate to me this morning. And as I begin to open my next present, I find that as I search through it and begin to unwrap it, it is a quilt that Mom searched through years and years of clothes that she knitted together. But there was no Nintendo. And then my dad looked at me as I began to pout and as I began to complain. And he stepped back and he looked at me and said, "Boy, you get Christmas every day." I want to talk to somebody here. When the bills are due and I don't ask you to pay nothing, Merry Christmas. I wish I could get some witnesses in there. I won't be before you long. When you open the refrigerator and you don't have to pay for the Coke or a sandwich, Merry Christmas. I wish I could get some help in here this morning. When you get up and you go to your room, amen, and you didn't even drive a nail to build it, Merry Christmas. I wish I had some saints in here this morning that can help me preach this morning. My father was letting me know that for you, Christmas isn't a day, but it's something that I provide for you every. Come on, everybody. I want to, can I get a witness? Likewise, beloved, I suggest to you, for the born-again believers in Jesus Christ, that Christmas is not simply one day out of the year, but it is a recognition that when God brought and birthed Jesus into the world, that God did something then that God is still doing right now. When He woke you up this morning, clothed in your right mind, Merry Christmas. When you can go from room to room and see your family doing fine, Merry Christmas. And I don't know about you, but I found out that Santa ain't got nothing on that. Merry Christmas. And you are a sad somebody if you only get excited only about December the 25th. But if you step back and look at your life, you ought to be grateful that God is such a giving God. And what God did back then, God is still doing right now. Every morning when you wake up, you ought to declare that it is another Christmas. Thank you, Jesus. Every time you go on a job, you ought to thank God for making a way for me and say, thank you, Jesus. If I can step back and look at what God did in bringing the birth of Jesus, the miracle of the virgin birth is surrounded by moments that happen every day in our lives. When you know that Jesus came but once, there was one virgin birth, but there was a conglomerate of things that God did to set up the birth of Jesus. When Matthew began in his gospel, not by proclaiming the birth of Jesus, but by sharing the genealogy of Jesus, he traces it all the way back to Adam. Luke says, Matthew, that's fine, but don't just stop at Abraham, but go all the way back to Adam. And when you read John's gospel, he said, listen to Matthew and Luke, not just at Abraham and not just at Adam, but John opened by saying, in the beginning was the Word. I was like to talk to somebody. And that phrase, in the beginning, was to take you all the way back to the verse in Genesis, verse Genesis, where it said that God said, let's create man in our likeness. That not only does Jesus not only goes back to Abraham and not just goes back to Adam, but Jesus goes all the way back to where God stepped into the middle of nothing. Jesus didn't start just in Bethlehem, but it was when Jesus was born, when God created the world. Rather, he didn't just start in Bethlehem, but when God was calling things into place, God was not by himself. I was like to talk to somebody here. So what Christ did now, he did way back then. And that's something that God has been working on for a long time in our lives. The birth of Jesus has been happening a long time, Mary Bethel. We serve a God who fulfills promises that's been working on it for a mighty long time. Can I get a witness in here this morning? That's why the writer says in Isaiah 54:17, he says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It wasn't just a word for Israel, but that promise was for you over your life. When David says in Psalms 35 that weeping endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That was a promise over your life. God has been doing this, what he's doing now. He's been doing it way back then. When Satan came and he manipulated Eve and he caused the fall of man, God said, I'm going to put enmity between your seed and her seed. He's been making it a way ever since back then in the days. And he said that I will bring up a seed that will bruise crush your head rather. And to bruise your heel. It's talking about Calvary. In Genesis, he's talking about Calvary. When Paul declares all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. That's a promise for God that what he did back then, he's still doing it right now. That's a promise that God is going to take the hell in your life and turn it into something better. When you look at how good God's been to you, how he woke you up this morning, that wasn't Santa Claus that woke you up, but it was the goodness of Jesus. When everybody had turned their backs on you, and nobody want to even get close to you, when everybody closed the doors in your face, it wasn't nobody but God who made a way for you. And when everybody did you wrong, when you gave up on yourself and you didn't want to live, it was nobody but Jesus who stepped in and said, you are more than a conqueror. You are, thank Jesus right now for what he did by coming into the flesh, because he had to make himself in the flesh. He had to make himself legal in the world. So he had to come in the flesh. What God did back then, he's been doing it all the time. When he woke you up this morning, clothed in your right mind, God been doing it all the time. When he put food on your table and he put clothes on your back, that's something God been doing it all the time. Not just something that you did, but it was something that God did. When everybody gave up on you, when you didn't have no hope in your life, God saw fit to send his only son to give you hope in your life. That's not just something to shout about on Christmas, but that's something to shout about every day. Can I get a witness in here? It could have been me outdoors with no food and no clothes. I feel like talking to somebody. It could have been me laying out on the streets, but God will not let that be, because he keeps on blessing me. You drive what you drive, you have what you have, and you wear what you wear, and you eat what you eat, and you stay where you stay. It's not because Santa Claus, but it was because the goodness of Jesus and all he done for me. And I come to serve you. Notice that Santa ain't got nothing on that. Not because you are better than anybody else, but because God is gifting you every day. Santa ain't got nothing on that. And so I come to tell somebody that's standing in Mary Bethel this morning, don't wait until Christmas to give God glory, because God has been giving ever since the day of creation. Don't wait to just Christmas to tell the Lord I thank you, because God has been giving you ever since creation. Don't just wait until you get money in your pocket to tell God thank you, because he's been making a way out of no way ever since the days of old. Can I get a witness in here? I feel like preaching to somebody who needs to know that you ought to tell God thank you for waking me up this morning. Tell God thank you for closing me in my right mind. But most of all, Lord, I thank you because you're so fit when I wasn't fit to raise up a virgin. You're so fit when I wasn't fit to impregnate a virgin. You're so fit when I wasn't fit to get a woman. The same vessel that the devil used in Genesis. You use the same vessel to turn the world around. Somebody ought to tell God I thank you because Santa ain't got nothing on that. Somebody in here been on your hospital bed with sickness all in your body, but it wasn't the doctors that healed you, but it was Jesus that said, by my strength you are healed. And Santa ain't got nothing on that. Can I preach like I feel it? I feel like went down in a manger, wrapped in swaddling clothes. He came into nothing and made himself known. He went around the world saying, I'm a nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. Santa ain't got nothing on that. Can I preach it like I feel it? But I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. He didn't say a selection of people. He said He loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. Everybody glad? Everybody glad? Will you touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, Santa ain't got nothing on that. I'm so glad that he didn't stop right there, but he went out through the world preaching, repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand. He loved you so that he came unto his own, and his own received him not. What of Jesus? He didn't want to do it, but I'm so glad he did. What a price he paid to dwell among us. And I heard him say that he's highly exalted, and there's no other name. I was like a preaching this morning, giving unto man, because in the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that God and Christ, that they're all by themselves. I feel like lifting them up. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that he went up above the hill, carrying a cross on his back. He did it for you, and he did it for me. Santa ain't got nothing on that, but he didn't stop there. He went on the cross. They pierced him in his side, put nails in his hands. The Bible says that it got dark, that the S-O-N could outshine the S-U-N, rather the S-U-N. It couldn't outshine the S-O-N. And there was a great earthquake, and a centurion there said, this must be, this is, I know it is, I know it is, the Son of God. Can I get a witness? I'm so glad when he went to the cross, he didn't stay there, but I'm glad that he went down in the grave, and he stayed in the grave for 3 long days. He went to hell for you and I, and he took the keys from the devil. He alone had the key to death, hell, in the grave. And touch your neighbor and said, neighbor, if you want to get to God, you got to go through Jesus. And the best way to get his attention is to lift them up, is to give them glory. Because nobody treats me like Jesus treats me. He's with me everywhere I go. He's with me on Monday. He's with me on Tuesday. He's with me on Wednesday. Not just one day, not just the 25th, but he's with me when you put me down. The Lord is right there picking me up. He's always with me. Everywhere I go, he's with me. On the job, he's with me. In the hospital, he's with me. He's always with me. In my home, he's with me. And Lord, I thank you because Santa ain't got nothing on that. Santa ain't got nothing on that. Santa ain't got nothing on that. Thank you, Lord. Santa ain't got nothing on that. Santa ain't got nothing on that. Santa ain't got nothing on that. God is good to him, not just one day, but every day. When I look out and see the bright sunshine, every day. When I walk from room to room and see my family doing fine, every day is a day of Thanksgiving. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. got nothing on that. Glory to God. Santa ain't got nothing on that. Glory to God. And I thank God. Jesus came into the world through a virgin. And in Sunday school they was talking about how God has made us. And he was talking, the Sunday school teacher mentioned about your senses. And how the thing that God gives us, we take for granted. And when you look at the virgin birth, when you have a woman, the way she is built,
that's right. Make it plain. Make it plain, sir.
She's not the one that the bloodline come through.
No, Lord.
But that's how God designed her. And he didn't just design her in Matthew or Luke. He did it in Genesis.
Go ahead, Doctor.
He knew what he was doing when he was putting us together. Because he knew he could take a virgin and bring a child into the world. And he didn't have to worry about the bloodline being contaminated. You see, the bloodline come through the man.
Help us, Lord. Help us.
Thank you, Lord.
Help us, Lord. Help us.
But because of the way that he constructed woman, thank you, Lord.
Come on, sir.
Satan thought he had got away when he seduced Eve. But I can hear Satan now, I should have killed Jesus. Because since I killed Jesus, there are some saints in Mary Bethel got the nerve to walk up in here with all the hell I'm telling them from. He said, I should have killed Jesus. Because with all the trial that I've taken somebody through, they got the nerve to walk up in God's house with all the burdens that I put on their back. And still tell God, thank you. Still tell God, I love you. Still tell God, you're still making a way. Oh, glory to God. You see, Jesus came into the flesh to suffer. God had to make it legal for him to come into the earth. And he had to do it through a baby. He had to do it through flesh. He had to make it legal. Because in Genesis, he had given men dominion over the earth. He gave it to us. He gave it to us. So in order for God to come down, he had to make it legal for him to come down.
That's right.
That's all of the virgin birth. And when Jesus was born, he was born in a manger. A place where sheep and cows eat. A place of funk, a cold place. A messy place. What are you saying? When I was in my mess, when I was in a cold place, a stinky place, made a boo-boo of my life, God sent his son to vindicate me. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for vindicating. God, I thank you. Thank you, Lord. And Santa ain't got nothing on that. morning, you may need vindicated. I urge you now to come and accept the Lord as your personal Savior. This is the invitation that you don't want to pass up. Please come. Please come and accept the Lord as your personal Savior. You can come by letter, you can come by Christian experience, or you can come by candidate for baptism. But please don't let this moment pass you by. Please come. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God. Please come. Glory to God. Look at God. Lord. Please come. There's room at the altar. You can save your life. Santa ain't got nothing on it. You may be someone that's standing in the need of special prayer. Please come. Make your way down now. Something you are asking God for. He wants to give it to you. He wants to give it to you in this very moment and in this very hour. Please come. You may need vindicated in your life. God said, come unto me, all you who are laden and heavy burden, and I'll give you rest. Please come. He said, don't let another minute, another hour, another day go by holding on to what you're holding on to.